And the award for most needlessly verbose and excessively pretentious goes to the local disaster tour guide. Oh, come on, you all knew I was a shoo-in on this category. Today, in honor of the holiday season, I want to spend a little time bragging about some of my fellow Paizo Verse YouTubers and some of the great things that they are doing on their channels on today's episode of the Local Disaster Tour Guide. Merry Christmas, travelers and tourists. My name is Mark, and I am the Local Disaster Tour Guide. That's right, I am a storyteller whose players would probably nominate me for Best Evil Laugh if they had the opportunity. Welcome to a journey through the fantastic world of TTRPGs like Pathfinder and Starfinder, and welcome to a special holiday episode on this channel where, in honor of the Christmas season, I want to spend some time just spreading some holiday cheer around. I love Christmas. I love the gifts, I love the meals, I love the music, I love gathering with my friends, I love all of the ways that we celebrate this fantastic holiday. And in honor of the holiday, I wanted to do something fun and special that might be a bit of a departure from my normal videos, but that I think fits the joy of the holiday season. And so I decided I wanted to spend some time bragging on some of my fellow Paizo Verse YouTubers and some of the fantastic stuff that they do on their channels. So today, I welcome you to the first annual highly unofficial Paizo Verse YouTuber Superlative Awards, where I am going to be passing out some awards to different members of the Paizo Verse for the fantastic work that they do and some of the elements of the content they create that I think deserve some special mention. In particular today, I'm going to be passing out 8 different awards to 8 different Paizo Verse YouTubers, all highlighting elements of their work that I find particularly superlative. And for each YouTuber that I will be highlighting in today's video, I'm going to leave a link down in the video description to a video from their channel that I find particularly informative, entertaining, educational, or otherwise noteworthy, and that I think represents their strengths as a content creator. So I hope you will join me in celebrating and applauding these fantastic content creators and the excellent work that they do. But before we dive into all of that, I would like to establish 3 quick rules. Number 1, please be aware that it would be an impossible task for me to successfully highlight every single content creator out there doing stuff in and around the Paizo Verse. Number 2, that means I'm going to need you to join in the conversation and help highlight some of the channels that I missed in this particular video. And number 3, as you join in the conversation, please be aware of the Christmas spirit that this video is being done in, and realize that this conversation is intended to be uplifting, it's intended to be complimentary, and for anyone discussed, whether it's one of the 8 I am discussing today, or another content creator that you bring up, that the goal is to highlight and celebrate excellent things about the work that they do. So with all of that in mind, I invite you to jump down into the comments below and highlight some of the content creators that I don't mention in this video who also deserve a moment to shine. And when you do so, take the time to share what it is about that creator that you find particularly compelling or noteworthy. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started. I wanted to start the Paizo Verse Superlative Awards with a simple but important award, the Small but Mighty Award. You see, there are a ton of Pathfinder and Starfinder channels out there that are, by almost any metric, tiny. And yet, those people are out there creating interesting and entertaining content and braving the insanity that is YouTube content creation, despite having a relatively small audience. And please understand, when I say small audience, that I remember a time where my audience was just as small. In fact, by YouTuber standards, I'm still considered a nano influencer, so my channel is still pretty microscopic as far as all things go. But the point is this: it's not the size of the audience, but the quality of the content that is worth highlighting. And one of my good friends and regular visitor on this channel is Goat King Dice. I discovered Goat King Dice a while back when I was looking for information on Starfinder and saw several of the videos that he did talking about Starship Combat and the different roles for Starship Combat inside of that game. It was concise, it was informative, and it was very interesting and well presented. For such a tiny channel, I was amazed at the quality and utility of the content that Goat King provided, and to this day, Goat King Dice still puts out some of my favorite Starfinder content. He also does some Pathfinder 2e content as well, but I primarily watch him because I enjoy and appreciate the content he is shining on a game I feel sometimes gets overlooked. And right now, one of his big series is the Starfinder Race Runway, where he takes the time to highlight some of the interesting species that Paizo offers as potential player characters in the Starfinder game. So, if you are a small-scale YouTuber out there, first off, keep up the good work. We're glad that you're part of the conversation. And if you are watching YouTube, be sure to check out some of the smaller channels in and around the Paizo Verse, because there are a lot of small creators who are doing some mighty work, but this year, the Small But Mighty Award goes to Goat King Dice. Now, for the next 3 awards that I'm going to be giving out, I would like to say that all 3 of them are going to kind of fit a similar theme, and these are what I'm going to call the Master Awards. The Lore Master, the Build Master, and the Rules Master Awards, and all 3 of these represent content creators that I think have mastered a particular type of content. One of the tricks of being successful in YouTube is finding the right niche when it comes to your content, and carving out a spot as a top-tier creator of particular types of content can go a long way to making your channel successful. So today, I thought I would highlight 3 channels that really show what it means to be superlative in a particular aspect of the game or of content creation. First up, I'm going to talk about the newest channel that is being featured in today's video, and that is Sir Vertigo, who will be receiving the Lore Master Award. Now, there are a lot of fantastic channels out there that do lore videos for Golarion and Pathfinder, and for Starfinder as well. And I'll go ahead and say this was actually one of the hardest categories for me to pick an exemplar for. But Sir Vertigo is certainly one of those content creators that I think deserves some recognition in this particular field. In particular with Sir Vertigo, I have enjoyed some of the videos he has done on different deities in the Golarion setting, such as his discussions of Urgathoa, Lamashtu, or Asmodeus. He does a really good job of diving into the lore of deities and how those deities impact the game world and what it might look like for adventurers to encounter areas that have been affected by those particular entities. His videos are informative, they're engaging, and almost every time I watch something that he puts out, I discover some new facet or tidbit of lore that I hadn't heard before. He's really good at highlighting very interesting things inside of the lore that Paizo publishes. I've said before on this channel that Paizo has some of the best writers in the TTRPG sphere, so I have to appreciate a content creator who can help me discover just a few more interesting tidbits that are part of one of my favorite games. So, Sir Vertigo, you win the Lore Master Award for this year. Of course, in this discussion of masterful command of content, you also want to be mindful of the content creators who do a good job with player character focused content. And one of the big areas of content that is of interest to players in particular is the concept of how to build characters. And I think if you are looking for an exemplar of how to do fun, interesting, and thematic builds in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the channel that you want to check out is Team Player Gaming. Drew, over at Team Player Gaming, focuses his channel primarily on the concept of, well, it's in the name, being a team player. Teamwork is incredibly important in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and Drew has made it his mission statement to help people understand how to work effectively as a team when playing Pathfinder 2e. But the thing about a teamwork-oriented mission statement is that could falter if you aren't careful, but Drew has done a good job with a lot of his teamwork-oriented builds of finding ways to highlight how you can build interesting characters in Pathfinder 2e and build them in such a way that they are going to work well with the other people that are in their party. A lot of channels that focus on building characters often do how to build certain characters from pop culture and things like that, and don't get me wrong, I eat that content up, but what makes Drew's content stand out for me is the fact that many of his builds are unique concepts that he has created, and those concepts are both interesting but also very effective when working in tandem with other people at the gaming table. Character builds are a popular topic in TTRPGs, and when it comes to building interesting characters that people can enjoy, I think that Team Player Gaming hands down deserves the win for Build Master this year. Our last master for this video, and honestly an exemplar of how to discuss rules in a TTRPG extremely well, has to go to How It's Played. How It's Played is a channel that does short videos breaking down specific rules inside of primarily Pathfinder 2nd Edition, though you can also find some old Starfinder focused content as well. Naturally, I'm happy to see that there. But over at How It's Played, he dives into specific rules, gives specific examples, and often breaks down exactly how a certain rule would play out in an actual situation at your gaming table. One of the big reasons that I genuinely appreciate the channel How It's Played is he helped me to understand the stealth rules in Pathfinder 2e. When I first started Pathfinder 2e, I hated the stealth rules, but the reason I hated them is I didn't understand them, and it wasn't until I saw some of his videos on perception and stealth that I figured out how the rules were supposed to work. They were very practical, they were very informative, and suddenly those rules clicked in my mind, and I started running Pathfinder 2e stealth a lot better, and now it's my favorite approach to that particular aspect of play. And this is something that the channel How It's Played deserves credit for across the entire catalog of videos they put out. They will take specific player questions, they will interview game designers, they find a way to target areas where players or game masters might be confused, and they highlight the rules, they explain the rules, they give examples of the rules, and in a very short and efficient window, help you to learn how to play the game so much better. So, the Rules Master Award in today's video goes to How It's Played. Of course, after giving out the Rules Master Award, I do imagine that there are some of you who can probably think of other channels that might have been a contender in the Rules Master area, and there's one channel in particular that I imagine a lot of people might have thought would deserve the Rules Master win, and that is the Rules Lawyer. Ronald over at the Rules Lawyer does a lot of fantastic videos diving into the rules of Pathfinder 2e, and he does a good job explaining how the rules work. But I didn't want to give Ronald the win on Rules Master because when it comes to the Rules Lawyer, there's actually something about his channel that I appreciate a lot more. So instead, the Rules Lawyer today is going to take home the 5th award of this video, the prestigious Presenter Award. Now, I've heard Ronald talk about in some of his videos that he works in a school. I don't know if he's actually a teacher or if he has some other role inside of the school that he works at, but I will tell you this, I do know an educator when I see one, and I respect the incredible aptitude that the Rules Lawyer displays when it comes to education, and you can tell in the way the Rules Lawyer presents his material that he knows how to teach. When it comes to crafting a video, there are a lot of different skills that a YouTuber has to get a grasp on. But one set of skills that's easy to overlook is a lot of the technical skills associated with presenting your content well. And I will say that in watching Ronald's videos, his skill as a presenter is truly outstanding. He knows how to present information in an organized and intelligent way, and he knows how to frame his videos in an organized and intelligent way, where the large picture of his work taken together is truly greater than the sum of its parts. I have learned more tricks about how to edit and present my videos from watching Ronald than I have any other Paizo Verse YouTuber, and one educator to another, I tip my hat to someone who knows how to pull together content in an informative and engaging way. So today, I give the prestigious presenter award to the Rules Lawyer. However, when it comes to pulling together a video and putting content out there, there's more than just the technical skills associated with presentation. One of the most important things that a content creator needs to master is the art of humor, and far and away the funniest Paizo Verse YouTuber, at least as far as I'm concerned, has to be Crunch McDabbles. I will be honest, I'm never quite sure what the next Crunch McDabbles video is going to be, because his videos can jump from one very different topic to another. I've seen him discuss very deep mechanical concepts for Pathfinder 2e. I've seen him deep dive different subclasses for a particular class in the game, and I've seen him talk about the Galarian world map and how to travel to different regions. All of this content is very different, but what is consistent with Crunch McDabble's work is the man's just funny. Now, if you can't tell from my reliance on this channel on terrible dad jokes, I have an appreciation for a person with just the right level of sarcasm and dry humor, and Crunch manages to weave the perfect amount of humor into every video he makes, and I always look forward to his videos because I may not know what he's going to talk about, but I know I'm going to be laughing by the time I get to the end of his video. I still remember his video on the Magus and laughing at his struggles to pronounce sparkling targe in that video over and over and over again. Just his use of humor and comedic timing is amazing. And if you want to know how to add just a small amount of humor to your content and use it to make your video magic, Crunch McDabbles is definitely worth checking out. So today, I give the Make Me Laugh Award to Crunch McDabbles. But now we're coming down to the last two awards I intend to pass out in this video. And these awards, well, they need to be the big ones. So let's do the penultimate award for this video and talk about something that honestly goes unnoticed by the majority of people who watch YouTube videos. You see, when it comes to any job, there are the public-facing aspects of the job, and then there's the private behind-the-scenes aspect of the work as well. You get to see the videos that are produced, you get to see the excellence in presentation and humor and mastery of different types of content. You get to see a lot of the output that comes with content creation, but there are a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that are a big part of being successful in a job like this. And one of the things that you probably don't think about when it comes to watching YouTube channels is networking. Getting to know other people who are in the industry, who are in the same sphere that you are, and working with and learning from those people is a big part of being successful as a YouTube content creator. Really, in any job, getting to know the other people who are in your sphere is a big part of being successful, and the same is true for a YouTuber. But I have to say, there is one YouTuber that stands out above the rest in regards to just being wonderful to work with. I'm not joking. This YouTuber goes out of their way to make other people who are coming into the content creation sphere feel welcome and feel supported. This person is amazing, and it is Tommy from Black Dragon Gaming. Tommy has gone out of his way to help me as a content creator examine some of my videos, figure out things that I could do better. He has gone out of his way to give me advice and support when I was getting started at this. And in some of the different online circles that we are both part of, I have seen him on several occasions go out of his way to support other YouTube content creators as well. Tommy at Black Dragon Gaming has been a Paizo Verse YouTuber for a while now. I don't know that he's the person who's been in this game the longest, but he has been here for quite some time. And if I'm being honest, I think one of the reasons his channel has stuck around where other channels may not have is Tommy is just fantastic to work with. He's supportive, he's kind, he's welcoming. He makes people feel like he's glad to have them working alongside him. And on multiple occasions, I have seen him be incredibly supportive to people who are just getting started at this whole YouTube thing. And here's the thing, you're never going to see that in a video. So, I'm going to say it. To Tommy at Black Dragon Gaming, you get the Wonderful to Work With award because I am amazed at how well you support the other people who are a part of this whole YouTube game. Thank you for all you do. And of course, now we come to the last Superlative award that I'm going to be passing out today. And there is one channel that I'm sure everyone expects to be mentioned when it comes to a Paizo Verse Superlatives, and that is the channel Nonat1s. Nonat is a fantastic content creator who is a force in this sphere, and I imagine that there are 0 people watching this video who don't already know who he is. Nonat is very successful, and he deserves his success, but oftentimes when you discuss some of the most successful people in a sphere, in an industry, it can be a little bit hard to zero in on what it is that makes them successful. So today, I want to talk about my theory for why I think Nonat is such a top-tier content creator and why I think his channel has been so successful. I am giving Nonat the Hear My Voice Award. Voice is one of the hardest skills for any presenter to master. You want to be honest in how you present yourself to your audience, but if you're not deliberate and structured in the way you present yourself, your message will fall apart. And so the skill of finding your voice, finding the way that you want to present your information and your content is one of the most important things that every content creator needs to do. And I think that Nonat is exemplary in the use of voice in his videos and on his channel. But here's the thing, I am pretty sure I know the secret to Nonat's mastery of voice. And that is, he's still discovering it. You see, the reality of being a content creator, YouTuber otherwise, is you have to be willing to challenge yourself and experiment and do and try new things. And if you listen to Nonat when he talks about the work he does as a content creator, one of the things he will say is he is always working to discover his voice. He's always exploring and being willing to try new things. Maybe a video works, maybe a video doesn't, but one of the most important things to his success is his willingness to continue to experiment, expand, and try to discover a new aspect to the voice he has as a presenter. It is easy in any kind of public performance work to become static in the voice that you give others. And when you do that, your voice unfortunately becomes rote, and your engagement with the audience will ultimately suffer. Nonat, however, is confident in his voice, but also wise enough to explore and grow, and his willingness to do so is, I think, the reason that he is so successful and to be honest, so deserving of that success. So, Nonat, you're taking home the Hear My Voice Award for today's video. But those are just 8 examples of great work that other Paizo Verse YouTubers are doing each and every day. Obviously, there are a lot of other content creators out there who are doing some fantastic work. In fact, there are many content creators that I didn't discuss in this video because I have only recently discovered them and I'm still getting used to the way they present, and I didn't want to talk about their content because I didn't feel comfortable presenting it well in this video. For example, 2 of my recent favorites are Bad Luck Gamer and Frizz. I'll probably throw some links to their content in the video description as well, even though I didn't give them an award in this particular video. I'm already discovering that I like a lot of the work that they do. And the reality is, I'm not even aware of all of the other people out there who are making Pathfinder, Starfinder, or other Paizo Verse style content. And that's why the time has come for me to turn the conversation over to you. In honor of the holiday season, who do you think is a content creator that deserves some recognition, and what is it about their content that you find so compelling? As I mentioned earlier, jump down into the comments section and tell me who some of your favorite content creators are and what it is you think they do really well. My hope for this video is twofold. One, that the people watching this video might find some new content that they can enjoy, and two, that the people who are out there making excellent content might enjoy a little bit more applause this holiday season. Now, this is a YouTube video, so you can do all of the other YouTube stuff if you want to. Like, share, subscribe, check out Discord, Patreon, all that stuff. But really and truthfully, this video is a celebration of the holiday season for me. I love doing this channel. I love interacting with the other people who are in and around the Paizo Verse. This is a ton of fun. You're an amazing audience. And really, I just wanted to do a video kind of celebrating the holiday season and spreading a little bit of holiday cheer. So as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Have a wonderful day.